Okay. The question again, which perplexes me, is how we can see the need for the change. And you might also be intrigued by this question. Why? What are the reasons, and how we can perceive the need for a change, right? And how we can make decisions about its size, whether it's going to be a big, small, or medium change. By big, I mean to say, you remember when the curriculum for bachelor's level, especially in English language curriculum for bachelor's level. So when it was changed in, let's say, in 1997 or 6, so it was a massive change. Bringing in a curriculum of 2006, massive change. So what we need to be very cautious about, its size and how we can see the reasons. That's what we are going to look in more detail here. The reason, one of the reasons which can be justified is if the people are dissatisfied with the existing curriculum or existing course, let's say, or existing way of teaching English language. So, for example, in the context of English language curriculum, in the Pakistani context, what we have got now is a communicative and task-based approach towards language teaching from grade 1 to 12. So, it might be due to the reason that perhaps the teacher was dissatisfied with teaching with the help of grammar translation method. Perhaps the learners were dissatisfied. Perhaps it was the courses then before 2006, they didn't meet the changing needs of the language learners. So this is how what we need is just to ensure that the change is seen in a particular context, right? So what's important in the context of introducing change is just to convince people who don't want to see a new an innovation, a new thing. So it might be because our understanding about language learning or practices, pedagogical practices have changed, and that's why we need a change, a new thing, right? How we can decide the size? Well, as I said before, there are small, it could be medium, and it could be massive one. So a medium innovation is considered to be, important aspect of change within the literature on language curriculum design. So if it's small change, its consequences could be, that people might not accept it as a real change. And if it's too great, too massive, people might be, horrified, right? And if what's important is just to take a moderate approach and a balanced approach, and the change and the reasons behind, the rationale behind it needs to be explicit to its users, to the stakeholders, and it should be visible. What I mean by visible is just to be, a clear reasons, right, and original. It's not the repetition of the old system, right, and it should be flexible, accommodating, and where what we need is to just consider the main group, its users, the teachers, and compatible. It should match the existing needs for the change. So seeing the need for a change is a tricky business, and there are various things involved which we need to be aware of before introducing change.